Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
No. Check. Patriot.
On second down, it's McCoy. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, here's Allen. Forced out to his left. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Michael Floyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go, 46. 46.
First down, Prescott. And he'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Switch, and A.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Here we go, 46. Let's get off the field. Switch, and A.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Check 9.
Allen now on first down. Open man here is Cole. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch you now, Barney.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
47-yard punt, a loss on return.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Gun.
Mike's 49.
Gun. Switch is 8.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboys.
Subject to inspection and confiscation. Guests are urged to leave the facility carrying the fewest items possible.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. Hey, here we go. Wide 80.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Rip left.
Gun. Here we go. Get out. Let's go. Get out.
Step.
Move. Here we go. 46. 46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
5-yard gain
All
on
day,
the play.
Ray. Get nowhere. Going nowhere.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 46. Switch is 8. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott throwing the out route and complete. It's Kane. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Tight end right.
Switch is 8.
Check.
Gun.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 47.
Grab it.
26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's got this down to the 35. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Here we go. 46. 46.
Prescott on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. So after the INT, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Irving breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now Allen throwing on second down. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On third and long, it's Allen. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now here come the Cowboys. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Hey, we go kill! 4 down, check, 4 down.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
4 down, 4 down. 49 the mic, 49 the mic.
Prescott now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check.
Here you go.
Crunch.
Switch is 8.
49's the mic, watch 49.
Here we go, 46.
Bring it.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Here we go. Wide 8. Here you go.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Gun. All set. Switch is 8.
49. Mike's 49.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Prescott now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
Here we go. 47.
49, guys. Mike.
Switch is 8.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
Here we go. 46. 46.
Prescott yet again. This one caught by Crowder. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Here we go, 46, 46. Gun.
49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic.
46.
And again, it's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, switch.
Check three.
Gun.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Switch is A.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here we go, 46. Gun. Switch is A.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. His throw caught right around the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7.
Here we go, get set, let's go, get out.
Move.
To the air again, Prescott. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch tight end.
Here we go, 47.
4 down. Alert.
26.
Now Prescott. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here we go, 46. 46.
Throwing, Prescott. Escaping the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Hey, 47. Here we go, going to 54. Wide in.
Bang, 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 bang.
26.
Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch number 33. Watch number 33.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Single
Gun.
slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an
Gun.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 58's the mic, 58. 58.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Coming to you, coming to you.
46.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Gun.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Gun, gun, gun. Switch. Switch is A. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Throwing now is Allen. And this is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, it's McCoy. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, here's McCoy. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
Single. That's single in the slot. Single in the slot.
Here we go, 46.
58. Right over there. Right over there.
26.
Prescott now. Throw left side on target to Kane. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
3-yard gain on the play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, switch.
Watch tight.
Switch is 8.
4 down. Check.
Here we go, 46.
Check 24.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
So that'll back him up 5.
Good. Here we go, going to 54. Wide in. Here we go, wide in.
49's the mic.
Switch is 8. Here we go, 46.
I got him. On me.
Gun.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Looking left sideline, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gun.
4 down. Check.
Here we go, 46. Go. Get out there.
Check. Go get him. Go
Gun.
get him. Mike's 49.
26.
To throw is Prescott.
Check throw.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Kane. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
4 down.
What do you think? 26.
Prescott from the gun. Stays on his feet. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Go 58 to the mic. Let's set a tone.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
You're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Switch and A. Gun. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Gun.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail.
Please contact guest services or security immediately for assistance.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Tight end's right.
Gun. Here we go, 46.
You got 4 down.
Here we go, get out.
Under 10.
Here we go, get out. Let's go, get out.
Check. Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Gun. Switch and A.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Let's go, baby.
Read it well, and it's picked. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here's Allen to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Patriot. Leopard.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Bills send the punter out, standing right on his own 5-yard line. now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go. 180. Switch is 8. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here we go. 180.
Second down, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Here we go. Going to 54.
On first, here's Washington. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yo trip is here, baby. Yo trip is here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Right here, tight on the right.
Here we go, 46.
Hey. 4 down.
Gun. 26.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All day, every day. All day, every day. Here we go. All day, baby, all day. Slam. 55's mine, guys, 55.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Watch left.
Gun.
We own them. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Flash the power and able to get it to the 10-yard line with it. And that helps get them out from the shadow of their own goalpost. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Take it.
To throw is Allen. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. It got his man complete. A big play here for Buffalo. 53 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run him now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Leopard! Now let's go. 3-19.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Buffalo, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
you.